One of the top trends is golden years. This is going to be the year that gold takes off. I mentioned again about interest rates. Very simple. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. This is the beginning of the death of the dollar. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go up. Gold could well break over $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 an ounce. We are on the most critical time in my lifetime. Gold is a symbol. The higher gold goes, the worse the geopolitics and economics are. I mean, it's as simple as that. Gold is the number one safe haven asset, and people are going to be looking for it.
In an unprecedented turn of events in 2023, gold emerges as the victor. By the end of the year, the precious metal experienced significant gains, even setting a record high of $2,140 per ounce on December 4th. Market players anticipate this trend persisting into the coming year, prompting a closer examination of the ongoing dynamics. This year witnessed an active buying spree by global central banks, with the total volume of purchases in the last 9 months of 2023 increasing by 14% to 800 tons. This contributes to the rapid ascent and establishing a new historical price peak, currently at $2,068 per ounce. According to Gerald Celente, publisher of the Trends Journal, 2023 holds substantial promise for gold, highlighting the strong correlation between declining interest rates, a weakened dollar, and the subsequent rise in gold prices. This rise in gold prices signifies the onset of challenges for the dollar and the broader economy. Several factors contribute to this upswing, including heightened military conflicts, a surge in demand from central banks, and a notable shift in the Federal Reserve's monetary policy during the December meeting, particularly regarding interest rates. In response, gold demonstrates robust growth and no signs of slowing down. Gerald sees the significance of gold as a safe haven asset, suggesting that gold prices might be even higher without cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, given the increasing popularity of Bitcoin among younger generations. Another crucial trend Gerald highlights is the potential downturn in the banking sector, specifically related to office space occupancy rates. Demand for office space keeps plummeting, and vacancy rates reach about 20% in the third quarter. These alarmingly high vacancy rates in office buildings signal a looming crisis, as businesses reliant on office workers may struggle to meet loan obligations. This could have a cascading effect, impacting smaller and medium-sized banks significantly. Gerald predicts that these factors could be major drivers for a considerable increase in gold prices. We will present clips from Gerald Celente's interview with SOAR Financially. But before we do, if you want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more updates. Thank you, and enjoy the video.
One of the top trends is golden years. This is going to be the year that gold takes off. I mentioned again about interest rates. Very simple. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. This is the beginning of the death of the dollar. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go up. Now we have a lot of geopolitical unrest. And one of our other top trends is bankster bust. The banks are going to go bust this year because no one's talking about the office building bust. That was one of our top trends for 2023. Your office occupancy rate in the United States, according to Castle Systems, that's with a K, is about 50%. Your office vacancy rate, meaning nobody in them, only around 20%. How about all the businesses that depend on, you're talking about Canada, Calgary, it's like 30%. How about vacant? How about all the businesses that depended on commuters? Now what's going to happen? They're going to start defaulting on these loans. Trillions of dollars are coming up due in the commercial office buildings. They're not going to be able to pay it. The small and medium-sized banks, Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic, forget that, man. This is nothing. You haven't seen anything yet. And again, that's going to drive up gold prices a lot. And again, as I said, when all else fails, they take you to war because they'll get the people's mind off it right away. So that's one of our biggest ones that we're looking at. Looking at the price of gold going up, it's a symptom of how bad everything else is going down. By the way, my first buy of gold was back in the late 1970s at $183.67 an ounce. That's how I became a trend forecaster. The Iran conflict was going on, and I started playing the futures markets. Didn't know what I was doing. I was a young guy. I played gold and oil prices. I said they're going to go up, and I turned a $5,000 bet, it's almost $750,000 back then. And that's why I became a political atheist. I look at things the way they are, not the way I want them to be. So going back to why they're not talking about it, they're not talking about it because gold is a symbol of how bad things are. It's the number one safe haven asset in the world. If you didn't have Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, gold prices would be a lot higher. And then you have countries like Argentina, where you have inflation rate at 160%. People are going into cryptos. They can't buy gold. They can't afford it, and they're not doing it. They're buying a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But there's going to come a time when the central bank digital currencies become a real thing. When that happens, they're going to outlaw everything. But until that happens, we're still bullish on Bitcoin. Well, gold number one, Bitcoin number two, and silver number three.
The Ukraine conflict and tensions in the Middle East have significantly bolstered the safe haven appeal of gold. Ongoing geopolitical uncertainties continue to drive investors towards assets like gold for security. Furthermore, the weakening U.S. dollar, expected to mark its worst annual performance in 3 years, has further increased gold's attractiveness for investors using other currencies. Gerald expresses concerns about persisting global conflicts, foreseeing potential struggles for Ukraine against Russia. He suggests that Ukraine might stage a significant event to garner attention and support, emphasizing gold's role as a primary safe haven asset. Furthermore, he emphasizes the influence of banksters, suggesting their control over global financial systems. Referring to historical figures like Thomas Woodrow Wilson, who served as the 28th President of the United States, Gerald criticizes the introduction of systems such as the Federal Reserve and federal income tax, implying that these systems serve as tools to maintain control over the population. This signifies manipulative tactics by those in power, including predictions about interest rate changes and their potential impact on political stability. Let's get back to the interview.
I own real estate as well, and I just bought another building, but I only bought it because it's attached to 3 of my others, and I wanted, to put it all together. But unless a good deal comes up, this is a time to really pay attention, watch, look, and listen, and learn all you can. And most importantly, get in the best shape you can, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, because you're in the fight for your life. And unless the people become fighters, this thing isn't going to change. And I don't mean fighting with guns or anything else like that. I'm not at all. I'm talking about fighting for freedom. And you can do that by uniting. And this is the time to do that, because we are on the most critical time in my lifetime right now. What's going on in the Middle East. And by the way, we're also forecasting, again, we had forecast Ukraine would lose the war before it started. If Napoleon left Poland with 420,000 troops to attack Moscow and came back with 10,000, if Hitler, Operation Barbarossa, killed over 25 million Russians, and they were the first to beat the Germans in World War II. So what Ukraine is going to do to get back in the news and get more money, they're going to do a major event, a military event against Russia, whether it's attacking Moscow or a nuclear power plant, false flag event to get the people behind it again. So we're very concerned about that, concerned about the Israel war expanding. And again, to me, we don't give financial advice. Gold is the number one safe haven asset. You got the banksters, they control it. They control the world. I mean, look who is the Treasury Secretary in the United States. Ms. Fatja Brut, Janet Yellen. Oh, what was the last job? Oh, she was the Fed head. You mean the head of the Federal Reserve is now your Treasury Secretary? Yeah, that's right. Get it in your head. We run the show. A scumbag. May he rot in hell. Woodrow Wilson brought in the Federal Reserve. The same bastard that brought us into World War II. The same little boy that gave us federal income tax. They're in total control. Again, go back to our forecasts. We said at the beginning of the year, 2023, yeah, they're going to raise interest rates, but before the election in 2024, they're going to lower them. They do it all the time to keep the people in power in power. You got the Fed head is the Treasury Secretary. How stupid can you be? not to see this. How stupid. Oh, calm down, Celente. Don't get angry. Bend over and take it up to you-know-what like the rest of the gutless people. We could talk properly about slaughtering people all over the world, but you have to say it properly. Like that Nobel piece of crap prize winner, Barack Obama, who lied his way into office. Folks, he's always folking us. Gaddafi has to go. Assad has to go. We'll slaughter people, kill people, do anything we want to steal what we want. Oh, like you're stealing the oil in eastern Syria? Oh, like Libya, one of the richest oil countries in the world, and very easy to get the oil out because they ain't deep down? You think we would have invaded Iraq if their major export was broccoli? Look who's running this show.
Looking ahead, the outlook for gold remains bullish. Expectations of rate cuts and persistent global uncertainties are expected to uphold gold prices. Yet, investors should stay alert for Federal Reserve policy changes and monitor geopolitical developments that may impact gold's safe haven appeal. What are your expectations regarding the future price trend of gold, considering its recent surge? Share your observations in the comments section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.